audience. Please recognize yourself, ma'am.
Good afternoon. My name is Kymara Seals. I am the policy director at the Arkansas Public Policy Panel, and I live in Pine Bluff, but we are a statewide organization. So I'm speaking against the bill, but I'm coming from a grassroots perspective. Our organization have members all across the state of Arkansas. Many obviously couldn't be here because they work in factories and, teach and other things that can't be here through the day. So I've changed the way I'm going to present because I've heard everything that has come before me. The numbers aren't working. But let me share this. First of all, I'm happy to hear, Representative, that there are no cuts to services that are currently being provided. So I'm glad to hear that. That's great. And I appreciate you giving the highlights to that bill because that helped me understand a little bit more about the bill and really kind of how to approach this for this testimony. I want to come from an angle because I've talked to a lot of our people, okay? And here's what we're concerned about. We are genuinely concerned about quality of life. Taxes are essential for communities to thrive. We know that, right? I heard you, Representative, talk about the tax burden and what Arkansas has done over the years, and that we're genuinely trying to do those services. I heard the other representative, I'm sorry I don't know your names, but I heard you ask Rich, how much? So I don't have a number, so don't ask me how much, okay? I don't have a number, but what I want to say is quality of life. And we all, like I said, we know it's taxes that causes our communities to thrive because that's how you fund these programs. So the question is Arkansas thriving? Some parts are thriving. Some people are thriving. Some communities are thriving. But not all of the communities are thriving. So I come to speak on behalf of those who aren't thriving. And just to give it to you from a whole different perspective, like I said, I had a little speech wrote out, but you're not hearing that. You've heard of plenty of speeches, so I'm just speaking from the heart at this point, okay? And so we are concerned about pre-K. We really are. There's too many Arkansas kids who aren't in pre-K. Now, with the cut, and I know the cut is like, $600 million a year. But the cut, and I've heard the numbers, how the cut will give people earning $20,000 a year and other, it's a relatively small number. But every little bit's a help, like my grandma used to say, every little bit's a help. So I hear you on that. But what I also know is that when you combine those taxes, we can do more as a whole than we can individually. So I hear you on the tax cut, and it gives some relief to families making $20,000 and on up the list. Okay, I hear that, but that's what we are concerned about, is that concerted effort, how much more we can do for our communities who are not thriving. Okay, we have food insecurity in Arkansas, and the statistics show 1 in 5 children. Come on, 1 in 5 in Arkansas in 2021. So obviously that group of people aren't thriving. Okay. And you've heard some other areas, but like I said, I just wanted to speak. We're grassroots. We're a grassroots organization. So that's what we're concerned about. And healthcare, we're concerned about children and healthcare, education, and like I said, the pre-K. because the pre-K really needs to be funded more, because that's the foundation. That is the foundation of learning for our children. We want all Arkansas children. We want all Arkansas children to compete, okay? Every Arkansas child should be able to compete in education, in the workforce, in technology, in whatever they're doing. And we're gonna have to fight like hell to catch some of these students up, because with that year of virtual learning, there were a lot of kids, y'all, a lot of our kids, okay, that lost learning, education. Virtual was good for some, but not for all. Now my grandson was virtual, but guess what? He lived in my household, and we made sure he got what he needed. And what he didn't need, I got him a tutor who could teach it. You think I could teach a kindergartner, right? But it's a little bit more challenging on some things, but not every household can afford that, okay? So that's all we're saying. That's all we're saying is, we're kind of tired of being last in everything. I'm about to wrap up. I was in the Senate House and Rev committee earlier today. Got there too late to sign up to speak, but I heard one of the senators say we were 49th in law enforcement pay. I never heard that. I know we're 49th in a lot of other issues, but that was one added to the list, So that's all we're saying is just think about those things. Just, like I say, quality of life. You've heard the gentleman talk about the disability waiver. That was on my list. But those are things that we really need to consider, when we talk about tax cuts. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Any questions? I have a great day.
Committee looks good. Thank you, ma'am.